Throw her out of the hut. How dare she kill my son? Dogo said angrily, looking at Aisha while his three wives threw Aisha out of her hut. Welcome to Tales with Zika. On this channel, you get to enjoy life-changing family drama with lots of moral lessons. So let's dive into the story of the day. Long ago, in the northern part of Nigeria, there lived a girl named Aisha. Aisha is a very brilliant girl and loved to read books, but her father, Baba Mustafa, did not have enough money as Mustafa was a poor farmer and could barely feed his family. Mustafa, who loved his daughter Aisha dearly and did not know what to do. Soon, Mustafa borrowed money from the richest man in the village, Dogo. Dogo, who gave Mustafa the money, telling him that he has until the next farming season to return his money. So Mustafa agreed. He was so excited to send his daughter to school. That was all he ever wanted, and that was Aisha's dream. Soon, Aisha joined her friends in school. Whenever she returned for the day, she had beautiful stories to tell her parents about the things she learned in school. Some days, she would tell her mom, "Mom, I learned about agriculture. When I grow up, I'm going to help establish Baba's farm." Other days, she will come back and say, "Mom, I learned about being a doctor. I want to become a doctor soon so that I can help treat the sick people around our village." Her mom, Mrs. Miriam, will always laugh and say, "Aisha, my daughter, don't worry. When you grow up, you'll get to decide what you really want to be." Aisha was so excited. Whenever she returned home, her mom made her beautiful danwake to eat, and she was always happy, contented with the little her family had. She never yearned for more, apart from wanting to develop herself academically. Her father, Mustafa, was so excited. He was so glad that his daughter understood the circumstance going on in the family. As time went on, the next planting season had come and Mustafa had not saved enough money to return back to Dogo. Baba Dogo, who told him that, "I have two conditions for you. Either you sell that little plot of land you have to me, or you marry out your daughter Aisha to me." Mustafa was confused. He knew that getting married to Aisha at a young age wasn't a taboo, as it was a popular thing in his town, but he didn't want to destroy her dreams of becoming something in life. So he asked his wife about it, and his wife told him, "We have two other children to cater for. If you give Dogo your farm, what are we going to do? How are we going to take care of the remaining two kids? Please reconsider, plead with Dogo, and if he could extend the time, we are going to pay him soon." Mustafa went to Dogo's house and pleaded with him for days, and Dogo refused to listen. Instead, Dogo told him, "I don't have what to tell you. All I have to say is that I am giving you 1 week to reconsider. I want my money back, or you give me Aisha to get married to." Aisha is just 13 years old and had no direction yet. She was just so excited to be a kid and someone who wanted to grow in life. How could her father give her hands in marriage at such a young age? With nothing to do, Mustafa had to consider giving Aisha's hand in marriage to Dogo. Dogo, who is the wealthiest man in the village. Dogo had 3 wives and 20 daughters, as Dogo was looking for a son and had not yet gotten anyone. So Dogo, who wanted to get married to Aisha as his 4th wife, with the hope that Aisha was going to give birth to a son for him. That day, after Aisha had returned back from school, her father Mustafa spoke to her. "My dear daughter, please, I am very sorry, but you will have to get married to Baba Dogo." Aisha started crying. "Baba, please reconsider. I can't get married to him. He's way older than you. Please reconsider." Her father, who told her that, "Don't worry. I have spoken to Baba Dogo. He's going to send you to school and take care of you like his daughter. All he wants from you is to give birth to a son for him when the time is right. He's not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. Aisha, who did not like the idea of getting married to an old man at all, someone she does not know, someone who was way older than her father, she told her father, Baba, but I don't like him. Her father said, don't worry. When you get there, you're going to see other girls who are your age. You will have someone to talk to. You don't have to like him. All you have to do is just give birth to a son for him, and that's all. With nothing to do, Aisha had to accept. The marriage preparations were done, and Aisha got married to Baba Dogo. The moment she arrived at Baba Dogo's compound, she was welcomed by the first wife Hadiza. Hadiza is a very beautiful lady and had the largest number of daughters. Hadiza had a total of 10 daughters because she has been trying to give birth to a son but couldn't. Whereas the remaining two wives had 5 daughters each. Hadiza welcomed Aisha and told her, welcome to our home. This is your hut where you will be sleeping. Whenever our husband calls for you, you will go to his own chambers to do your wifely duty. Aisha looked at Hadiza and said, Ma, please, am I going to continue going to school? As my dad told me that when I come here, I'm going to continue going to school till when I am 18. Hadiza looked at her and said, whatsoever your dad discussed with Dogo is no longer valid, as you are now his wife. You're going to do as Dogo has said, and you are going to live according to Dogo's rules and regulation. Aisha started crying. That wasn't what she had in mind. What is she going to do? Her father promised her that Dogo was going to send her to school. So she asked Hadiza again, I have not seen my menses before, so what am I supposed to do? Hadiza then told her, the moment you see your first menses, then Dogo is going to put you in the family way. Aisha became so scared. Really? But I'm too young for that. Hadiza told her, no one is too young. Neither does anyone have a degree in becoming a wife. We all learn during the process. Aisha became so scared. First, she was heartbroken for the fact that all that Dogo agreed with her father was not going to come to pass. And next, she was going to be a mother at a very young age if she gets to see her menses on time. Soon, Aisha saw her first menses at age 40. She was so scared. She hid from everyone. She did not even allow anyone perceive even the tiniest of the blood smell. She covered herself very well. She did not want anyone to know that she was seeing her menses. Even when she was asked, she said no, that she hadn't seen her menses. She protected herself very well, cleaning her hut numerous times so that no one could perceive anything. She managed to escape during the first month. But during the second month, the menses came quite late and she was caught up by Hadiza. As the moment she came out from her hut, she had a little blood stain on her clothes, and Hadiza, who hurriedly went to tell Dogo that Aisha had seen her menses. So Dogo instructed the wives that the moment she was done seeing her menses, she should be purified and brought to him so that he can do the necessary things. Aisha was very upset. She was heartbroken. She saw Hadiza like a mother. She didn't believe that Hadiza was going to do this to her. She thought to herself, why will she go and tell Dogo that I have seen my menses? Why? I am not even ready to be a wife. But Aisha had no other option than to purify herself and get herself ready for her wifely duties. That evening, she was brought to Dogo's hut so that she could perform her wifely duty. Dogo had his way with her. Aisha hated the sight of Dogo. The wrinkles in his face irritated her badly, but she had no other option than to lay flat while he did whatsoever he was doing. The moment he was done, he told her not to clean up. Instead, he instructed her to wait and wash up much later. He wanted to be sure that his sperm had entered well and hoped to have a son. He also told Aisha to visit his hut 3 times every week in order he wanted to be sure that he was going to be able to get a son this time around. Aisha obeyed all the instruction that was given to her. Soon, Aisha took in. During the period of pregnancy, Aisha fell sick various times. She could not barely stand up from her bed. She was too small to carry a child, but she had no other option as that was her fate. After 9 months, Aisha gave birth to a beautiful baby boy and he was named Isa. Dogo was so excited. He promised Aisha everything she ever wanted. He even promised to send her back to school as that was her dream. But that night, when Aisha and everyone had gone to bed, Isa stopped breathing. And the next morning, Aisha woke up to a dead baby. She screamed and Hadiza ran to her hut and she explained to Hadiza that she does not know what had happened, that she woke up and she noticed that the baby wasn't moving. Hadiza, who tried to do whatsoever she could to know if the baby was going to come back to life, but nothing happened. Aisha and Hadiza immediately started crying as they didn't know what to do. Dogo, who heard of everything and came out of his hut and started raining insults on Aisha, calling her a witch, that how can she kill her only son. He was so angry with her and he ordered the wives to lock her in her hut. While Aisha was in her hut, over a period of time, she started urinating frequently and possessed a very terrible smell. The smell was so bad and concentrated that Dogo had to return her to her parents, telling them that she is a collateral damage, that how can they give him such a girl to get married to, that she killed her son and now she is possessing a terrible smell. Aisha's parents, unaware of what to do, had to tell Aisha to also leave, that she should look for a place she could stay for the time being, that the smell was too much and no one could stand close to her and it was unbearable. Aisha, heartbroken by the words from her parents, packed her things and journeyed to nowhere. While she was in the forest, she met a young man who was willing to help her. At first, when he came close to her, the smell was so strong that he nearly ran away. But when he looked at her, he knew that she was lost and had no one to help her, so he decided to help her. He asked her what her name was and what she was doing in the forest. Aisha introduced herself to the young man and he also asked, "Why are you here?" Aisha explained all that had happened, how her parents gave her hands out in marriage at a young age and her baby died, and her said husband chased her out of the house, calling her a witch. The young man, who took pity in her and carried her to the palace. Unknown to Aisha, he was the king's son. Kabiru, who took Aisha to his mother, the queen, and explained all Aisha had told him. The queen offered to help Aisha. She asked the physicians in the palace to help cater for Aisha, but no one was able to get the treatment that could cure Aisha's condition. The queen also remembered that she had a friend in the city named Zainab, who is a medical doctor, so she asked that Aisha was sent to Zainab for proper checkup and treatment. The moment Aisha got to Zainab's house, Zainab knew that she had the disease that came with giving birth at a young age, so she carried her to the hospital and took care of her properly. When Aisha had recovered, she pleaded with Zainab to stay with her as she couldn't return back home. She asked Zainab to please send her to school. Zainab, who agreed to send her to school, but told her that she does not have enough money to send her and her remaining 8 kids to school, that Aisha had to also help to hawk things in the morning when she wakes up in order to go to school. So Aisha accepted. Every morning when Aisha wakes up, she hawks bottled water, pure water, and whatsoever snacks Zainab had given to her. The moment she was done, she hands the money over to Zainab and attends afternoon school. Aisha was so excited. She was so glad that Zainab took her in as a daughter. Zainab continued to encourage her the same way she encouraged her daughter, pushing her to strive to become a better person. Aisha was so excited. Soon, Aisha was done with secondary school and also went to the university. While in the university, she studied medicine. During her period of studying medicine, she also sewed beautiful turbans and dresses at the school gates, helping herself throughout the university. Zainab also supported her with the little finances she had, telling Aisha that you can be a better person if you put your mind to it. Aisha never gave up for one day. She just strived to become a better person. And soon, Aisha was done with school. She graduated with a first class and everyone was so excited. Zainab celebrated her greatly and even told her she could join her hospital. Aisha accepted to join her hospital. While Aisha was working in the clinic, she told Zainab that she would love to take development to her people down in the village, knowing fully well that a lot of girls were still also going through her similar case. Zainab told her that no problem, but you will have to save a lot of money if you want to open a clinic down in your village. Aisha accepted. She stayed and served in Zainab's hospital for a long period of time. When she had gathered enough finances, she traveled back to her village and built a very standard clinic, and she named it Clinic for All to help the ladies. The villagers were so excited. They were so glad. Aisha had brought development to the people. She was able to treat various diseases that were wrong with the villagers, diseases that they knew little about, diseases that they had tried various herbs and it wasn't working. Aisha brought development restoration to the people of her village. Soon, Prince Kabiru saw her doing one of his patrol and picked interest in her. He was so glad that Aisha overcame whatsoever was wrong with her and became a better person. Aisha, who also liked Kabiru and was grateful that Kabiru came to her rescue when she had no one. She also got married to Kabiru. They joined forces together and developed the clinic to a bigger one. Not just that, they made sure that they reached out to the poor masses and also taking care of women, mothers who had no one to run to. This is a testament of Aisha's patience and strive to become a better person. Aisha also forgave her parents, telling them that she understood the situation and she knew that even staying back with them wouldn't have cured her. She was so grateful that she found help from the queen and also she got treatment in time. Aisha also became the queen of the land and she protected her people greatly. She found peace in giving them whatsoever she was. Aisha became a very great ruler and someone who people looked up to. Aisha was so grateful. She was so grateful that she did not give up in herself in any way. She did not allow the pain of her childbirth to take her dreams away from her. This is a story to encourage everyone out there. Never give up on your dreams. Sometimes life might throw lemon at us. What do we have to do? We have to turn them to lemonade and never give up on who we truly want to be. Just like Aisha, she encouraged herself all along, cheering herself and clapping for herself. She saw things throughout her study in school, encouraging herself to become a better person. This story is to make sure that we don't give up on ourselves in any way. It's your favorite storyteller, Zika. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell to get more interesting stories like this. Bye for now, till we meet again in our next.